didn't cry, she didn't beg, just kissed my cheek and turned her head. No suitcase slammed, no slamming door, just quiet steps across the floor. It's not the leaving I recall, it's not the end, not the fall, but the silence in her final show. That's what broke me. The way she let me go. No fight, no flame, no last please stay. Just love that faded and walked away. Her eyes were calm, like setting sun, like she had made peace with what's been done. I stood in place, too late to speak, and watched her walk without a streak. It's not the leaving I recall, it's not the end, not the fall, but the silence in her final show. That's what broke me. The way she let me go. No fight, no flame, no last please stay. Just love that faded and walked away. They say goodbye should hurt and loud, but hers was soft and twice as proud. It's not the leaving I regret, it's all the words I never said. She gave me love and I lost slow, but I'll never shake. The way she let me go. No drama, no storm, just letting be. And that's the part that's still with me.
There's a swing on the porch that creaks just right. When the wind comes soft on a Sunday night, it leans a little from her favorite side, where she'd sit with tea and a heart open wide. That old swing don't talk, but it sure remembers the summer she sang like a quiet ember. She'd sway with grace, never in a rush, bare feet tapping on the planks with hush. She'd close her eyes and hum a hymn, and the world slowed down just to be near her then. That swing still moves when no one's near, almost like she whispers here. The porch swing knows her name, feels her weight in the morning rain, still rocks gentle with the breeze, like she's back with memories. No one sat there quite the same. Porch swing still knows her name. Sometimes I leave the door cracked wide, just in case she comes to sit outside. And when the chains creak low and slow, I swear it's her just saying hello. The porch swing knows her name, like wood remembers every flame. Though she's gone, the porch remains, holding echoes, not just stains. Time moved on, but love don't fade. That porch swing still knows her name. She said love would be like the movies, all roses, dances, and dreams. But the credits don't roll when the tears start to fall, and not every ending redeems. 'Cause here in the real world, hearts don't always mend. Sometimes the story just don't make sense. There ain't no magic kiss at midnight. Sometimes a good guy don't win the fight, and happily ever after's just a tale they tell. Yeah, love's not a fairy tale here in the real world. I gave her time, I gave her space, I wrote her songs she'll never play. But you can't hold on to someone gone, no matter the words you say. 'Cause here in the real world, hearts don't always mend. Sometimes the story just don't make sense. There ain't no magic kiss at midnight. Sometimes the good guy don't win the fight, and happily ever after's just a tale they tell. Yeah, love's not a fairy tale here in the real world. If this was a novel, she'd come back to me. But this chapter ends with just memory. Here in the real world, you stand in the rain. You learn to carry a little pain. No white horse to ride, no wedding bell, just a faded note and a cheap motel. And happily ever after's just a tale they sell. 'Cause love ain't no fairy tale here in the real world. There's a breeze down by the willow tree, sounds like her laugh coming back to me. Every field, every fence I mend, whispers soft like an old best friend. Her
calls me back to days long gone, when I still called her my only one. She's far from here, we reached our end, but I still hear her name in the wind. The screen door creaks like it did that night. She walked away in the amber light. The porch still leans, the swing still sways, and I still hear what she used to say. Her name's in the wind, floating low through the cotton rows and the gravel road. It calls me back to days long gone, when I still called her my only one. She's far from here, we reached our end, but I still hear her name in the wind. Some say love fades like the setting sun, but mine stays strong when the day is done. Her name's in the wind, near or far, in every hush, in every star. Though she's not mine, though hearts don't bend, I'll always hear her name in the
Dad packed a bag at 4:30. Didn't say much as he closed the door. Mama said, let's take him down, so we drove in silence out of town. He sat up front, I rode in back, with baseball cards and a denim sack. He turned around at the county line, said, be good, son, and stared at time. The backseat was goodbye that day. No fireworks, no words to say, no tears, no wave, no grand parade. Just a boy too young to be afraid. I watched him shrink beneath the sky. From the place I learned the backseat was goodbye. A payphone rang one week in June. Mama cried in the living room. I never asked, I never yelled, just folded tight the things he held. The backseat was goodbye that day. No fireworks, no words to stay, no tears, no wave, no grand parade. Just a boy too young to be afraid. I watched him shrink beneath the sky. From the place I learned the backseat was goodbye. Now I drive trucks down roads he knew and leave the windows cracked in June. But when my own son calls my name, I pull the brake, I drop the game. I don't repeat what he once tried. I don't teach love with backseat rides, 'cause I still see that sky. And the day I learned the backseat was goodbye. There's a dusty road runs past the old oak tree, worn down by time, but it's home to me. Every rock and bend I know by name. That's where I grew, that's where I came. It's the road that raised me mile by mile, taught me how to fall, how to rise, how to smile. It's seen my tears, my first young love. It's held my dreams, it's push come to shove. I've traveled far, but I still see that old dirt path, the road that raised me. Barefoot summers, winters in the snow, chasing down the sunsets, taking life slow. Daddy's old truck rattling down that lane, I still hear the echo of his voice playing. Yeah, it's the road that raised me mile by mile, taught me how to fall, how to rise, how to smile. It's seen my tears, my first young love. It's held my dreams, it's push come to shove. I've traveled far, but I still see that old dirt path, the road that raised me. They say you can't go back, but I disagree. That road's still there, it's part of me. It's the road that raised me mile by mile, carved in my soul like a country mile, where the past is close and the heart runs free. I'll always belong to the road that raised me. Red clay roads in midday sun, she'd walk tall, never come undone. And dust that rose with every stride, he left a lesson love supplied. I traced her steps where she once trod, found my faith in dusty sod. Her laughter echoed down that lane, wiping sweat, ignoring pain. She taught me strength in every mile, in simple talk and knowing smile. Now when I wander paths I trust, I see her footprints in her dust. Footprints in her dust, guiding light, leaving hope where day meets night. Though time may fade and roads adjust, I still walk in her footprints and dust. People chase fortune, chase fame, but I found riches in her name. Wherever wind and sun combust, I walk safe in her footprints and dust. Footprints in her dust, stepping strong, leading me when life goes wrong. Though storms may rage and winds combust, I walk sure in her footprints and dust. Through all of life's trials I trust, her love remains in footprints and dust.
Never said much, just a nod or two, but his hands told stories I always knew. Rough from the fields, scarred by time, but strong enough to hold the line. Calloused hands, worn by the land, built this life with no demand. Held me up when I couldn't stand. Love was shown in calloused hands. No need for words, I understand. I'm who I am. From calloused hands, they fixed old trucks and wiped my tears, pushed me forward through the years. Gripped the Bible, hammered nails, guided me steady when I would fail. Calloused hands, worn by the land, built this life with no demand. Held me up when I couldn't stand. Love was shown in calloused hands. No need for words, I understand. I'm who I am. From calloused hands. Now mine are starting to look the same, and I wear them proud, I bear his name. Calloused hands like his before, holding tight to what matters more. I'll raise my son with the same strong brand of quiet love and calloused hands. No need for words, he'll understand. He'll be a man. From calloused hands. Now mine are starting to look the same, and I wear them proud, I bear his name.
in love in California. A wedding made the morning news. Some folks hit the lotto, some singers got the blues. But tucked between the weather and a sail on Valentine wine was a story about a man who lost it all, down on page 9. Just a headline for a heartache, just a byline for goodbye. No one knows the way she walked away, or the tears I still hide. While the world spins loud and flashy, I'm fading like a sign. Just another broken soul, down on page 9. There's a photo of a soldier, there's a story on the dial, and somewhere in the crossword is a clue that spells somehow. But no one reads the little lines where quiet sorrow shine. They'll never see the piece of me, down on page 9. And just a headline for a heartache, just a byline for goodbye. No one knows the way she walked away, or the tears I still hide. While the world spins loud and flashy, I'm fading like a sign. Just another broken soul, down on page 9. Trash, but I'm still stuck in black and white, living in a story no one writes, down on page 9.
Ashes rest in the heart below, embers glow with a fading glow. I sit in silence, gaze at the flame and feel her presence, whispering my name. No gentle voice, no lullaby, but I see her form as the sparks fly high. She'd warm her hands where the coals burn bright. I'm in a tune on a cold winter night. Her shadow danced on the brick and stone, like a promise that she'd not leave me alone. Now when the fire crackles low, I almost swear I feel her soul. Her shadow lingers by the fireplace, in every flicker I see her face. Though years have passed and rooms feel bare, I find her warmth still drifting there. No photos need her portrait frame, her memory glows in that dancing flame. The old armchair still bears her scent, cushions worn from nights she spent. She'd read me stories till sleep took hold, her gentle touch a comfort to my soul. Now I lean in where the embers die and feel her love in the smoky sky. Sometimes I reach to touch her cheek, but find only soothing fears to keep. Yet when the fire's soft and low, her shadow returns and guides me home. Her shadow lingers by the fireplace, a silent hug in a lonely place. Though she's gone where the angels rest, her spirit stays where my heart's blessed. No matter how life's winds may chase, her love remains by the fireplace.
Fog rolled low on an old dirt road. I was driving slow, heading home alone. Pulled off near a chapel sign to stretch my legs and clear my mind. The moon hung cold in a silent sky, not a soul around, not a single light. Then I heard a voice from behind the trees, whispering low through the winter breeze. There's a shadow on the highway, waiting where the crosses grow. Sings a song from long ago, soft and lonesome, sweet and slow. You won't see him in the sunlight, but when the stars all start to show, there's a shadow on the highway, and he never walks alone. He wore a hat pulled low and boots worn thin, eyes like ash with a haunted grin. He tipped his head, said, "Boy, you're late," then vanished through the rusted gate. There's a shadow on the highway, waiting where the crosses grow. Sings a song from long ago, soft and lonesome, sweet and slow. You won't see him in the sunlight, but when the stars all start to show, there's a shadow on the highway, and he never walks alone. So if you're driving past that bend, and the night feels like it'll never end, say a prayer and pass on through. That shadow might be following you.
She'd hum a hymn with curlers in her hair, steam rising from the kitchen there. That floral dress she saved all week, worn every Sunday, soft and meek. She tied with a faded bow, walking slow like she already knows that heaven might not look like much, but it smells like flower and feels like touch. Yes, Sunday was her favorite dress, signed out with care and no regrets. It held her laughter, stitched her prayers, wore it like grace in folding chairs. Now it hangs in a closet near, still smells like faith, still feels like here. She never missed a second pew, hands held tight like the morning dew. And when that choir began to rise, you could see God in her eyes. Yes, Sunday was her favorite dress, the one she wore to hide the mess. But in that cotton blue and white, she looked like mercy bathed in light. Now I hold it when I'm lost in fear. Still smells like faith. Still feels like here. Some folks keep photos, some keep rings. I keep her dress and how she'd sing. Sunday was her favorite dress, and now it holds what she confessed. Each thread of verse, each button piece, a quiet place my heart won't cease. Though she's gone, she's ever near. Still smells like faith. Still feels like here. She folded shirts without a sound, stacked the ones he never found, washed the pan, dried every plate, left his dinner out real late. She didn't slam a single drawer, just swept the crumbs near kitchen floor, taped a box with careful hands, wiped the fridge with one last glance. She packed quiet like wind through lace. No goodbye note, no last embrace, just silence wrapped in well-folded years, and one last look that held no tears. No suitcases by the gate, just her leaving without the weight. The porch light blinked when morning hit, and only her old cup still sat. He found the closet half now bare, and all her perfume gone from air. She packed quiet like wind through lace. No goodbye note, no last embrace, just silence wrapped in well-folded years, and one last look that held no tears, and no suitcases by the gate, just her leaving without the weight. Sometimes the loudest heartbreak known is when the door shuts all alone. She packed quiet, but her touch stayed on every frame, each bed she made. He thought she'd shout or break the night, but her goodbye was soft as light.
Now he stands where dust won't fight, in a house she left with quiet.
Rooster calls and kettle sings, sunlight spills on simple things. Floor still creaks beneath my feet like it did when she'd hum so sweet. The oven's off, but I swear it's true. The morning smells like she still do. Checkered cloth, that old red pan, she used to cook with love, not plans. Flour in the air, soft and light, rolling pin, dancing left and right. And though her hands are gone from view, the scent brings back her morning brew. The morning smells like her biscuits warm, like quiet love in a southern storm. She'd wake the house with just a song and butter love where hearts belong. Though time moves on and days are new, each sunrise still brings me to you. There's jam jars lined upon the sill, still sealed with care, they always will. And though the plates don't clink the same, the breakfast table speaks her name. I sit alone, yet not quite so. Her recipe still feeds my soul. Yes, the morning smells like her biscuits, friend, like sweet beginnings that never end. And in that scent, I hear her call through butter dough and love so small. She's gone in flesh, but here she stands, still baking peace with unseen hands.
Down by the creek where the willow weeps, her voice drifts soft through shadows deep. I close my eyes and see her stand, tending those branches with gentle hands. No words were needed, her heart could show. Each rustling leaf sang what I know. Sunlight filters through emerald leaves, like prayers she whispered on summer eves. I'd sit beneath where her laughter flowed. Now I sit here and feel her glow. Though she's gone on that final road, her spirit lives where the soft winds blow. She whispers through the willow, through every breeze, a
that reaches sky. I lean my head on that old board fence. She's still here in gentle suspense. When storms roll in and skies turn gray, that willow sways and I hear her say, hold on to hope, let your heart be still. And I feel her warmth beside that hill. No stone could mark where her prayers go. They live on in leaves of the willow. Sometimes at dawn, when light is thin, I swear I feel her breath on my skin. A silent grace among the boughs, a promise kept, she's still around. She whispers through the willow, soft and low, a voice of comfort in ebb and flow. Her love remains where the river's wind in rustling leaves. Her soul I find, though time moves on and seasons go, she whispers still through the willow.
I know it's late, I know you've gone. I've felt the silence for far too long. But if you hear this, if you still care, there's just one thing I need to share. Forgive me anyway, even if I'm wrong, even if I waited far too long. I can't undo the hurt, can't change the day. But if you can, forgive me anyway. I'm not asking to stay, just forgive me anyway. I've replayed each word, each empty night. Wished I'd held you, wished I'd fought the fight. But now the house is still and time moves on, and all that's left is what I've done. Forgive me anyway, even if I'm wrong, even if I waited far too long. I can't undo the hurt, can't change the day. But if you can, forgive me anyway. I'm not asking to stay, just forgive me anyway. They say forgiveness sets you free, so maybe it's not just for you, but me. Forgive me anyway, no need for more, no need to
forgive me anyway.
We found it tucked on page 109 next to verses she'd underlined, folded twice in faded blue. Her cursive soft, her words like dew. It wasn't long, but Lord, it spoke of things she held and ones that broke. She wrote, if you read this, I'm gone, but don't you think I'm truly gone? The letter in her Bible knew that we'd need peace when skies weren't blue. She said, don't cry too loud for me, I've got more joy than eyes can see. And every Sunday sing the hymn, I'll be right there between each line of him. She named us all by child and name, said Daddy's love was still the same. She thanked the Lord for grace so wide and signed it soft with love, your bride. The letter in her Bible knew that we'd need peace when skies weren't blue. She said, don't cry too loud for me, I've got more joy than eyes can see. And every Sunday sing the hymn, I'll be right there between each line of him. She left no house, no rings, no gold, just words too deep, too sweet to hold. The letter in her Bible stays between the Psalms and prayerful days. And when I read her final line, it feels like Sunday all the time. She wrote, I'm home where I belong. And now her words still sing me home.
Never told you how the moon looked brighter when you'd laugh at night with the porch light flickering. I never said how your hands held me steady when the world spun fast and I wasn't ready. These are the things I never said, words that stayed inside my head. You needed more than just my gaze. You needed love in spoken ways. Now I lie awake, tears in my bed, chasing the things I never said. I never whispered how I feared the day you grow tired of the man who couldn't say how much you meant, how proud I'd been to love a heart so true, so thin. These are the things I never said, words that stayed inside my head. You needed more than just my gaze. You needed love in spoken ways. Now I lie awake, tears in my bed, chasing things I never said. Now it's too late, you're gone from view, and I'm talking to shadows that look like you. These are the things I never spoke, promises lost and silence I broke. If I could turn back, I'd start again. Say it loud and say it then. But now it's just echoes in my chest of the things I never said. She won't know I drove by her street just to see the porch light and empty seat. She won't see me slow down the truck when I pass her gate, choking on luck. She won't know I still care, that I whisper her name in the midnight air. I fix her fence when the wind gets wild, leave notes and songs, but not to style. I won't show, I won't glow, but I'm still there. She just won't know. She won't know I called her friend to send her books when the nights won't end. She won't see the flowers on her step with no name sign, just the love I kept. She won't know I still care, that I whisper her name to midnight air. I fix her fence when the wind late each night, who let go her hand. She'll move on. She'll
We started out with just a patch of land, no blueprint dreams, just hearts and hands. You painted walls while I nailed beams. Together we built more than just our dreams. This is the house we built with love. From morning fights to stars above, each crack and creak, each worn out floor holds the echoes of what we're living for. Through storms and time, we never quit this life we live in the house we built. That old porch swing still knows our song. The kids grew up, but the roots are strong. Every picture frame, every corner worn, tells the story of a love well worn. This is the house we built with love. Stars above, each crack and creak, each worn out floor holds the echoes of what we're living for. Through storms and time, we never quit this life we live in the house we built. Say homes fade, but I believe ours will stand in memory. This is the house we built by hand, with every promise we could stand. No mansion grand, no city held us through the darkest night, brick by brick and bit by bit. This love still grows in the house we built. Woke up this morning, you were next to me. Coffee in your hand, same as it's always been. You don't wear diamonds, you don't paint gold, but girl, you're the richest thing I'll ever hold. You're my jackpot, hit it in one spin. Every a big time win. I may not have a house on a hill, but you give me more than any dollar bill. I don't need Vegas, I don't need luck. You walked in and filled my cup. Yeah, you're my jackpot, baby, you're enough. You don't need spotlight or a stage to shine. You light up the room
just being mine. You know my flaws still stick around, and you build me up without breaking me down. You're my jackpot, hit it in one spin. Every little smile's a big time win. I may not have a house on a hill, but you give me more than any dollar bill. I don't need Vegas, I don't need love. You walked in and filled my cup. Yeah, you're my jackpot, baby, you're enough. Some men chase gold, some chase fame. I just chased you, and I'm glad you came. You're my jackpot, prize of my life. You made me better just being my wife. No need to wish, no need to try. I already hit the sky. Yeah, you're my jackpot, and I'm right on time.
Through every fight, through every tear, through all the nights you weren't near, through all the times I couldn't say I loved you then, I loved you anyway. I loved you still, through broken dreams, through all the silence in between. Even when you walked away, even when I made you stay. Though hearts can bend, though time can kill, I never stopped, I loved you still. Through years gone by, through every dawn, through all the ways we both moved on. In every phase, in every place, I searched for you, I found your trace. I loved you still, through distance wide, through all the doubts I tried to hide. Even when the words ran dry, even when I couldn't try. Though love may fade, though wind stands still inside my soul, I loved you still. Though you're long gone, I feel you still. I won't ask back, I won't demand. I'll just stand here, an honest man. Though life moves on and hearts may fill, I loved you then, and I love you
still.
Clouds roll in on an August sky, same kind of gray that was in her eyes. The wind hums soft like her goodbye. Every storm's a memory I can't deny. The porch still leaks where she used to sit, watching thunder roll while the candles lit. Now I hear her voice in the window pane. She's the reason for the rain. She's the drizzle on the morning field, the tear the heavens can't conceal. She's in the drops on my old truck's hood, in every flood of all that could have been good. No weather app can explain. She's the reason for the rain. I still wear the coat she stitched for fall, but it don't keep me warm at all. 'Cause when the skies begin to strain, it's her whispering again in the rain. She's the drizzle on the morning field, the tear the heavens can't conceal. She's in the hush before the thunder's chain, in every silence carved by pain. I don't need science to explain. She's the reason for the rain. Some folks pray for skies so blue, but I wait for clouds that feel like you. She's a song in a midnight storm, a hush that feels too close to warm, in every drop that hits this lane. She's the reason for the rain. She still wears it on her left hand, like a vow she's trying to understand. It catches light in the morning sun, but the warmth between us is long gone. The ring still shines, but her eyes don't glow. She says goodnight, but her voice is low. We share a bed, but not the same dreams. Two shadows lost in silent routines. I wish I could turn back time, but all that's left is the ring that still shines. Makes the coffee, I read the news. We speak in lines, not in truth. We used to laugh, we used to dance. Now we pass like strangers at a glance. The ring still shines, but her eyes don't glow. She says goodnight, but her voice is low. We share a bed, but not the same dreams. Two shadows lost in silent routines. I wish I could turn back time, but all that's left is the ring that still shines. They say love can fade, but gold won't rust, and vows can break without a fuss. The ring still shines like the day we wed, but love slipped out while the tears were shed. Now it's just a circle, cold and fine, a quiet symbol of a faded sign. She's still here, but not really mine, though the ring still shines. I clocked in at 8, now it's 9:05. Stacking boxes in the heat just to stay alive. Told my boss I need a break real soon. He said, son, you'll rest when you're in a tune. Well, I work all week and I try to shine, but every time I rest, he moves the line. I want to fish, I want to nap, drink a sweet moonshine, but the man upstairs said Saturday ain't mine. My girl called twice, said pick me up at 2. I said I'm still moping up aisle 32. She said you're married to that grocery store. I said nah, just divorced from fun and more. Yeah, I work all week and I try to shine, but every time I rest, he moves the line. I wanna fish, I wanna nap, drink a sweet moonshine, but the man upstairs said Saturday ain't mine. Mama said work builds character fast, but I'd rather build a hammock in the grass. Yeah, I work all week and I try to shine, but all I get's this factory line. I wanna dance, I wanna howl under stars that shine, but they keep on saying Saturday ain't mine. No sir, Saturday ain't mine. She closed the door without a sound, didn't cry, didn't turn around, just took her coat and left the key, and left a whole life there with me. There was goodbye in her eyes, like the last wave before the tide. No last words, no big goodbye, just silence louder than the sky. I didn't stop her could dry. There was goodbye in her eyes. We used to talk till the morning came. Now dinner's quiet and it feels the same. I guess the end don't always yell. Sometimes it whispers soft as hell. There was goodbye in her eyes, like the last wave before the tide. No last words, no big goodbye, just silence louder than the sky. I didn't stop her, didn't try. She was gone before the tears could dry. There was goodbye in her eyes. Maybe love don't slam the door, it just fades like light across the floor. There was goodbye in her eyes, and a hurt I couldn't recognize. No fight, no blame, just one long sigh, and a woman too tired to lie. I watched her leave without a cry, and never even asked her why. There was goodbye in her eyes. Maybe love don't slam the door, it just fades like a light across the floor. No fight, no blame, just one long sigh, and a woman too tired to lie. I watched her leave without a cry, and never even asked her why. There was goodbye in her eyes. You come in quiet, like a breath of dawn. No need to shout, no need to call. The room feels warmer when you're near. You bring the calm I crave to hear. You're soft like Sunday, slow like rain. You hold my heart without a chain. You don't need diamonds, you don't wear gold, but you shine brighter than I've ever known. You don't rush in, you don't let go. You're the only peace I've ever known. You move like music I barely hear, but every note is crystal clear. No firework, no grand parade, just a steady love that never fades. You're soft like Sunday, slow like rain. You hold my heart without a chain. You don't need diamonds, you don't wear gold, but you shine brighter than I
Leaves fall slow in crimson waves. She kneeled down where the wood path paves, hands clasped tight, head bowed low. Her whispered prayers like embers glow. Each gust would carry that sacred prayer through autumn's chill and golden air.
She wore her shawl against morning's bite, humming tunes that felt so right. I watched her faith in each refrain write its grace in the autumn rain. Now a breeze still holds that gentle sound, a prayer she breathed on sacred ground. Her prayer in the autumn air, soft and warm through crisp despair. When leaves let go and hearts feel bare, I breathe it in, her autumn prayer. Though seasons shift and paths may steer, her faith remains in autumn air.
Some find solace in summer's song, but her strength bloomed when days were long.
Through amber fields and amber glare, I feel her prayer in autumn air. Her prayer in the autumn air, guarding souls with tender care. When winter winds blow cold and fierce, her grace remains in every tear. In every gust I stand aware, her love lives on in autumn air.
What if she called late one night just to ask if I'm doing right? Would my voice break? Would I be strong? Would I tell her I've moved on? What if she called? Would I confess that I still love her more, not less? Would I say I'm fine or drop the guard? Would I let her in or keep my heart hard? I don't know, I can't be sure, but I'd pray for love just like before. What if she called in the rain, saying she misses us again? Would I run or would I stay? Would I beg her not to walk away?
let her in or keep my heart? I don't know. I can't be sure, but I'd pray for love, just like before. I keep the phone close by my side, though it stays silent every night. What if she'd call? Would I be brave to hold her close, to love, to save? Or would I fall back into fear, lose her again, just like last year? I don't know, but deep inside I still wait for that one call tonight.
Didn't slam the door, didn't raise her voice, just packed her things like there was no choice. No wild goodbye, no last refrain, just quiet footsteps in the morning rain. She walked away slow, like she'd done it before, like her heart had been packed in that bag by the door. No broken glass, no final blow, just silence loud enough to echo. I didn't chase her, didn't even know she loved me less each time she walked away slow. Her coffee cup sat still and full, the mirror caught her face, calm and dull, and I stood frozen, too proud to plead, still hoping she'd turn, still blind to her need. She walked away slow, like she'd done it before, like her heart had been packed in that bag by the door. No broken glass, no final blow, just silence loud enough to echo. I didn't chase her, didn't even know she loved me less each time she walked away slow. They say love ends with a storm or a fight, but sometimes it fades in the quietest light. She walked away slow, and I let her go. Now every step she took is all I know. No last I love you, no deep sorrow, just a man who thought she'd stay tomorrow. Now I replay it like a shadow show. She walked away slow, and now I know. She made my coffee kissed my cheek, stayed up late when I couldn't sleep, held her tears when I was cold, still came back when I lost control. She loved me then more than I knew, through the silence, through the truth. I missed the signs, I missed her eyes, too lost in pride to realize. Now I replay where I have been, and I know she loved me then. She wrote me songs I never sang, left little notes I never thanked, waited out my storms alone, built a home I never called home. She loved me then more than I knew, through the silence, through the truth. I missed the signs, I missed her eyes, too lost in pride to realize. Now I replay where I have been, and I know she loved me then. It wasn't grand, it wasn't loud, but love like hers don't need a crowd. She loved me then, and I was blind to the kindest heart I'd ever find. Now she's gone, and I pretend, but I still break, 'cause she loved me then. Rooster calls and the sky turns gray. You stir the pot as I greet the day. No fancy plans, no place to be, just coffee at dawn and you with me. Coffee at dawn, steam in the air, sun peeking slow, light in your hair. No need for riches, no need for gold, just your hand in mine as we grow old. These little moments, they linger long, like the taste of coffee at dawn. As the morning breaks, I watch you move with every step you take. The world wakes loud, but we stay still. In this quiet love, my heart you fill. Coffee at dawn, steam in the air, sun peeking slow, light in your hair. No need for riches, no need for gold, just your hand in mine as we grow old. These
Coffee at dawn, you by my side, warmth in the cup, love in your eyes. No need to rush, no need to roam. Right here with you, I'm always home. These little moments, they linger long, like the taste of coffee at dawn.
It's chipped on top and hums off key. Been sitting there since '83. Mama used to twist the dial while frying eggs and humming mild. Daddy'd sip his morning joe, tap his boots and nod real slow, while Haggard sang of things gone wrong and Mom mouthed each lonesome song. The kitchen radio still plays on low through quiet meals and falling snow. It's not that loud, but Lord, it knows the love and loss this old house holds. No fancy screens, no modern glow, just memories in the kitchen radio. I moved away, I found a life, 2 kids, a job, a city wife. But every time I visit back, that old thing brings my soul on track. The kitchen radio still plays on low through quiet meals and falling snow. It's not that loud, but Lord, it knows the love and loss this old house holds. No fancy screens, no modern glow, just memories in the kitchen radio. Some songs age like the paint on walls and take you home with just 2 chords. Now Mama's gone and Daddy too, but every dawn it still breaks through. I turn it up just soft and slow and say good morning to the ones I know. It ain't much, but it's all I know, that I'm still loved by the kitchen radio.
With his 2 bare hands, fixed up a roof when the storms began. She made a home with a gentle touch. They didn't have much, but it was enough. They're living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, dancing in the kitchen like no one cares. No shiny gold, no fancy car, just a worn out couch and an old guitar. But love like that don't need no height, just a heart full of hope and a house full of light. single day. Even when the bills piled up in the way, she made do with a thrift store dress. Said we may be broke, but we sure feel blessed. They're living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, dancing in the kitchen like no one cares. No diamond rings, no weekend flights, just coffee for two and the soft porch light. And love like that don't need no height, just a heart full of hope and a house full of light. Years rolled on, their hair turned gray, but they still held hands every day. Kids moved out, the world moved fast, but their kind of love was built to last. Still living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, rocking on the front porch without a care. No need for riches, they got it right. Just hearts full of hope and a house full of light. Yeah, love like that don't fade with night. It shines even more in a house full of light.
That old rocker by the window still stands, cushion worn soft from her gentle hands. She'd rock out worries when the sun went low, singing sweet songs only our hearts would know. Now when I pass, it rocks so slow, like it's echoing low. She left below. There's a stain on the arm where her coffee cup lay, a faded quilt thrown where she napped away. She never needed words to make things right, just let that chair hold her through the night. And though she's gone beyond this world's air, her spirit rests in that empty chair. She left love in the empty chair, a silent hug when the world feels bare. No need for words when I'm feeling low. Her memory rocks me tender and slow through every loss and every prayer. I find her heart in that empty chair. I still set my glass where hers would rest, feel her presence guiding me to do my best. Neighbors know I leave that light on high for a love that dances in the evening sky. Though I can't hear her voice declare, I still feel life in that empty chair. People say grief fades with time, but love like hers outlives the chime. When wind blows soft and night is
is fair. I swear I feel her rocking there. She left love in the empty chair, a gentler peace that lingers there. No matter how far my footsteps roam, that rocker brings me back home. When life's weight feels too much to bear, I rest in love, in that empty chair. There's still flour on the apron hook and her old recipe in a weathered book. Oven's cold now, kitchen still, but I swear I smell cinnamon still. That last pie sat by the window wide, cooling like her with peace inside. She smiled and said, just one more bite, then kissed my cheek like all was right. The last pie she baked was sweet and warm like autumn sun after a southern storm. She poured her love in crust and spice, baked her soul into each slice. Now every fall I take and make that last pie she baked. Neighbors came when the church bell rang, said her pies made hearts sing. But no one knew what I had known, that her goodbye was gently shown. The last pie she baked was soft and kind, like Sunday hymns and peace of mind. She stirred in grace, let sorrow go, and left a slice of love to show. Though years have passed, I still partake in that last pie she baked. And every time I roll the dough, I feel her hands guide mine real slow. The last pie she baked still feeds me now. Though she's not here, I feel her somehow. In buttered crust and sugared lace, I taste her heart, I see her face. Life is short, but love can make forever in one pie she baked.
She gave me time, she gave me grace. She stayed when storms took up her place. But I was cold, too blind to see that she deserved more than just a piece of me. She deserved more than nights alone, more than silence, more than stone. She needed love that didn't fade, not just the promises I made. I held her back, I set her free, 'cause she deserved more than me. Smiled through pain I didn't feel. She asked for truth, I gave her steel. I thought she'd stay,
I thought she'd wait, but love like hers won't sit on fate. She deserved more than nights alone, more than silence, more than stone. She needed love that didn't fade, not just the promises I made. I held her back, I set her free, 'cause she deserved more than me. And if he loves her like I should, then maybe now she's understood. She deserved more, and now she's gone, found a place where she belongs. I'll always miss, I'll always see that love like hers was too good for me. No bitter end, no broken plea, just the truth. She deserved more than me.
She'd sit in a chair near the garden gate, humming sweet songs till the sky turned late. Tomatoes in rows, daisies in bloom, while her voice floated soft as a broom. Kids on the porch with scraped up knees, resting their heads to her melodies. No need for words, no fancy grace, just the hum of peace in that sacred place. Lullabies from her garden gate taught the wind how to hesitate. Sang of love without a name, of heartache past and joy that came. A song for the world, a hymn so small, but from her lips it healed us all. Old wooden gate creaked with time, but still it swayed to her silent rhyme. She'd lift her gaze to stars above and stitch each note with mother's love. Lullabies from her garden gate wove through dusk till heaven's late. A comfort song no clock could bind, that lingered deep inside our minds. Though she's gone, the song still stays in winds and blooms and children's praise. Now weeds have grown where tulips slept, but still at night my heart has wept for the quiet voice I used to chase, that made the world a softer place. Lullabies from her garden gate echo on when the hour gets
tide, you'll hear her hum right by your side. Not just a song, but a truth she knew, that love sung soft is always true.
Gravy warm, the roll stacked high, steam still rose from apple pie. Kids in chairs, forks hit the plate, but one seat stayed a moment late. She poured sweet tea, she fixed a spill, tucked a napkin, passed a pill, cut the meat for Grandpa's hand, then wiped her hands on apron band. She was the last to sit down. No fuss, no crown. No one said much, but we all knew that meal was built by what she'd do. She'd serve with love, not wear a gown, just quiet grace, as the last to sit down. When I got older, I'd look back at all the ways she filled the lack. Her plate was cold, but heart was warm. She fed the soul in every form. She was the last to sit down. No fuss, no crown. No one said much, but we all knew that meal was built by what she'd do. She'd serve with love, not wear a gown, just quiet grace, as the last to sit down. Now my wife stands the same way too, and I see Mama in what she do. So when we pray and pass the dish, I close my eyes and make one wish, that one day when they talk of me, they say I learned that humility from the woman who wore no crown, but was always the last to sit down. Two-bedroom frame on County Lane, leaky roof and window pane. No granite tops or chandelier, but somehow love lived louder here. She stitched the curtains from old sheets, scrubbed the floor till it showed heat, hung up smiles where walls had cracked, and painted hope where pain peeled back. She made the house a home with simple things, a coffee cup, a hymn she'd sing. No marble halls, no garden wall, just laughter loud in narrow hall. And every nail and every tone became pure gold when she made the house a home. She rocked the kids by closet light, turned cold beans into warm night, wrapped up hurt with one dish rack, and mended dreams in grocery bags. She made the home with simple things, a coffee cup, a no garden wall, just laughter loud and narrow hall. And every nail and every tone became pure gold when she made the house a home. Some build with brick, some build with stone, but she used love and faith alone. She made the house a home, and when she's gone, it's still her voice that leads me on. I sit and pray on kitchen floor, feel her in every open drawer. She didn't rule, she didn't roam, but she changed the world when she made this house a home. It leaned to the left, the roof would leak, the porch light buzzed, the floorboards creaked. But Lord, that place was warm and right. 2 kids in love, 1 sleepless night. We painted walls in borrowed blue, hung wedding cards with tape and glue, laughed through bills we couldn't pay, danced barefoot in the month of May. The house we let go still lives in me, though they paved the yard and cut the tree. It wasn't brick, it wasn't bone, but it held more than we ever told. We signed and sold, let memories flow, but I still ache for the house we let go. Now some folks mow what used to grow, and kids ride bikes where lilies showed. But every time I pass that street, my fingers twitch, my heart skips beat. The house we let go still lives in me, though they paved the yard and cut the tree. It wasn't brick, it wasn't bone, but it held more than we ever told. We signed and sold, let memories flow, but I still ache for the house we let go. They say a home is just 4 walls, but ours still whispers in the halls. The house we let go don't hold our name, but every board still burns like flame. We built a life, we lost, we grew, and I still drive by just a view. It's gone, I know, but it won't go, 'cause I still live in the house we let go.
folded knee at the end of my bed, colors worn where her fingers bled. Each patch a prayer, or each thread a sign of the love she wove in that quilt she left behind. There's Grandpa's flannel, Mama's dress, a square from the coat she wore out west. Tales of our lives, sewn line by line in the quilt she left behind. It's not just fabric, it's family and years. It's laughter and heartache, it's joy and tears. It's birthdays and Christmas, the sweet and unkind, all wrapped in that quilt she left behind. I pull it close, the nights get long. I swear I can hear her humming a song. Like warm old memories, it always reminds of the quilt she left behind. It's not just fabric, it's family and years. It's laughter and heartache, it's joy and tears. It's Sunday dinners, her hand in mine, all tucked in that quilt she left behind. Someday I'll pass it to a child I love, say this is her story, stitched from above. It's not just cloth, it's her gentle embrace, the comfort I find in that sacred place. Through winters and winds, it still aligns my soul with that quilt she left behind. Tied it up every morning light, with hands that shook but held on tight. Bacon sizzling, boots by the door, and lunch packed like a prayer for war. I tugged that string when I was scared. She'd been right down like I was rare. No superhero cape or wings, just love wrapped up in apron strings. Mama's apron strings, they held the world, tied up tight round a little boy curl. They caught my tears, wiped off my mess, and made a house feel heaven blessed. I've walked far, done foolish things, but I still reach for Mama's apron strings. Now her chair sits by the sink, and I pour her coffee, let her think. She don't cook much, don't say a lot, but her quiet smile says all I forgot. Mama's apron strings, they held the world, tied up tight round a little boy curl. They caught my tears, wiped off my mess, and made a house feel heaven blessed.
I've walked far, done foolish things, but I still reach for Mama's apron strings. Sometimes you don't outgrow a break. They're stitched in you with love she'd make. Mama's apron strings, they're faded now, but they still hold me here somehow. Through nights alone and choices wrong, through every line and every song. They're not just cloth, they're sacred things. I'm still held by Mama's apron strings. Sat out back with a whittled cane, talked about war and football games, told how he met Ma in July under moonlight, cherry pie. He'd say, now this one's just for you, then pause and sip his sweetened brew. But that last night he smiled slow and said, tomorrow one more to show. But the last story he told never left his breath or soul. He took it with him, quiet, proud, like a hymn not sung out loud. Now we all sit where fires roll, trying to guess the last story he told. Was it about the ring he hid, or the time he saved a neighbor's kid? Or was it about a fight with Dad, or a brother he once had? But the last story he told never left his breath or soul. He took it with him, quiet, proud, like a hymn not sung out loud. Now we all sit where fires roll, trying to guess the last story he told. Some tales live in black and white, others fade into the night, but I still hear him in the flame, calling out my childhood name. And maybe that's the tale he meant, the way I listened, how I went. He didn't need a tale that spoke, he just left love in the last story he told.
this morning, the sun felt the same, but the mirror showed lines I couldn't name. The kids are grown, the porch is still, and the clock keeps turning against my will. Time slips away like a river rolling. Days we held are now just golden. You blink and it's gone. You reach but it fades. Hold tight to love before it strays. We can't slow down, we just can't stay in this moment before time slips away. The pictures fade, but the heart still beats. I still hear laughter in that empty seat. We chase tomorrow, but it runs fast. Let's dance right now, not wait till it's past. Time slips away like a river rolling. Days we held are now just golden. You blink and it's gone. You reach but it fades. Hold tight to love before it strays. We can't slow down, we just can't stay in this moment before time slips away. Let's light a fire, let's call some friends. Let's start again before this ends. Time slips away, but here we stand with all we've built, hand in hand. We can't stop the years, but we can choose to live this life, not just to lose. So let's love out loud, come what may, before time slips away.
Every step I take across this wooden floor, I swear I hear her laugh behind that old screen door. She used to hum while sweeping near the stairs. Now the creak beneath my boots whispers that she's still there. She said the heart of home is in the grain and knots, in dinner time stories and coffee pot thoughts. Now silence lingers in this time-worn space, but in each grown of wood I find her grace. Her voice in the floorboards, soft and low, like lullabies only the hardwood knows. In every step and every sway, she's guided me along the way. Gone from sight, but never far. She's in the floor, she's in the stars. lightning cracked and rain would pour, she'd pace these boards just back and forth, saying storms may come, but they all pass. And the echo of her faith still holds me fast. Her voice in the floorboards, warm and deep, keeps me walking when I want to weep. In lonely nights or early dawn, the strength she left keeps pushing on. She's not a ghost, she's not a scar, she's in the floor, right where hearts are. Thought I lost her when she left that day, but this house keeps talking in its own way. Her voice in the floorboards, through and through, saying, son, I always walked with you, in dust and wood and air and light. She sings me home each quiet night. No need to search, no need to roam. She built this house and made it home.
Dust on the cover, needle worn thin, old Hank's record, but I hear her again. It ain't her song, but Lord, it feels that way. That soft little lilt she had when she'd sway. The vinyl spins, the past plays true, and there she is, just me and you. She danced barefoot on kitchen tile, singing off key, but Lord, that smile. I'd laugh and hum just to see her shine. Now I play this track like it's frozen in time. Crackle and hiss can't drown the sound of her in this house still hanging around. Her voice in the old record player, like she never went anywhere. Every note feels like her hand spinning love I still don't understand. I close my eyes, the room turns warm. She's in the needle in every storm. I never fixed that skipping part, right where she'd laugh and steal my heart. So I let it play over again, looping love that never ends. Her voice in the old record player, a ghost in grooves, a midnight prayer. I ain't moved on, I just replay what she left behind that August day. The world moved on, but not this song. Her voice still lingers all night long.
She'd sweep it clean by 6:30. A faded broom, 2 creaky bricks, her apron stained with flour and tea. That porch was more than just her seat. She'd wave at trucks that passed on by and hummed of birds beneath the sky. Didn't chase the world or chase the storm. She just sat still and loved us more. She never left the porch but knew it all. Who broke a vase, who skipped the fall. She'd rock real slow with steady grace and somehow hold the whole darn place. She never traveled, flew or fought, but kept us close with every thought. Birthdays came and babies grew. Some left home like children do. But every Sunday after church, we'd find her there, still on that perch. She never left the porch but knew it all. Who broke a vase, who skipped the fall. She'd rock real slow with steady grace and somehow hold the whole darn place. She never traveled, flew or fought, but kept us close with every thought. And when she passed, we left her there. That empty chair still held her prayer. She never left the porch, and now I see how much she moved inside of me. I sit there now with my own cup and feel her whisper lift me up. She didn't roam but gave us torch. That woman strong, who never left the porch.
Bartender knows just what I need. A little lost love and a little more speed. So crack one cold, turn it up loud. Let the pedal steel cry while I drown it out. No use calling, she won't come back. So I'll stay right here at this corner tap. Yeah, she left me warm, now I'm feeling bold. So bartender, crack one cold. There's a stool with my name and it fits just fine. My heart's off duty but my mouth's on time. Don't give me water, don't give me tea. Just give me that can with a memory. So crack one cold, turn it up loud. Let the pedal steel cry while I drown it out. No use calling, she won't come back. So I'll stay right here at this corner tap. Yeah, she left me warm, now I'm feeling bold. So bartender, crack one cold. Don't talk advice, don't say her name. Just pour me something that don't feel the same. So crack one cold, let the world spin slow. Let me toast to love that let me go. She's long gone, but this beer ain't old. one cold.
I'll try to have her to love me anymore. I'll try in silent tears. Cooked for two but ate alone, and prayed I'd one day call this home. I chased my pride, ignored her face, took her love and gave it space. Then one day I looked around, the quiet hid without a sound. She left when I was ready, when my hands could finally hold steady, when I had words I never said, and time to warm an empty bed. She left soft, no loud confetti, but Lord, she left when I was finally ready. Now I make coffee just for one, watch the porch fade in the sun. I found a note beneath the light, said, don't wait long to get it right. She left when I was ready, when my hands could finally hold steady, when I had words I never said, and time to warm an empty bed. She left soft, no loud confetti, but Lord, she left when I was finally ready. Now I'm the man she begged to see, but I'm just him, too late to be. She left when I was ready, when love had roots and I'd grown steady. Now I fold shirts and stack the plates, and count the steps behind our gates. I write her songs with no machete, just tears that fall, since she left when I was ready.
Truck, got a little dog, got a little house made out of wood and log, got a little porch and a squeaky swing, but it don't take much to make my heart sing. It's the simple things, the tiny stuff, cup of joe and a little bit of love. Don't need much, just a place to be with the ones I love sitting next to me. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, a little bit of crazy in my little brain. Life don't need to be big and bold, the simple things are solid gold. Got a little job, pays just fine, got a little break around lunchtime, got a little kiss from my sweet wife, and a little more joy in this simple life. It's the simple things, the tiny stuff, cup of joe and a little bit of love. Don't need much, just a place to be with the ones I love sitting sunshine, a little bit of rain, a little bit of crazy in my little brain. Life don't need to be big and bold. The simple things are solid gold. Yeah, the simple things are solid gold.
What will love you all over again? Oh, so you don't have to love me anymore. What if I turned the porch light on and met her tears before they were gone? What if I hadn't checked that phone and kissed her lips instead of stone? What if I left work on time and danced with her instead of that wine? A dozen what ifs haunt these walls, echo soft in empty halls. They don't shout, they just sit still like folded notes on windowsills. And every night they softly drift through my heart. A dozen what ifs. What if I'd heard her silent plea? What if I gave the love she'd need? What if I held her when she shook instead of reaching for my book? A dozen what ifs haunt these walls, echo soft in empty halls. They don't shout, they just sit still like folded notes on windowsills. And every night they softly drift through my heart. A dozen what ifs. She never slammed, never cursed, and she just left with a quiet first. Now what if I could turn back time? Would I still miss each subtle sign? Would I still lose the love I had to one more joke, one less I'm glad? Or would I change what I now miss and lose
lose the weight of a dozen what-ifs. Night falls gentle on this hollow land. Moonbeams dance upon my hand. I trace the sky but find no star that shines like she did from afar. Though constellations flame may wane, her light outlasts the Milky Plain. She'd point upward with simple grace, say look for hope in life's embrace. Her eyes would glimmer 'neath the sky, reminding me that love won't die. Now when the heavens feel unknown, I seek her glow, a light my own. Stars fade, but her light remains, a beacon through life's joys and pains. When darkness spreads and paths grow dim, I find her warmth shining within. Though night grows cold and fleeting grains, her love shines on. When stars fade, some find comfort in distant gleams, but her soft glow outlives dreams. When all the cosmos drifts away, her light still guides me through each day. Stars fade, but her light remains, carved in hearts, not just in plains. When future fades and memories wane, her radiance still will sustain. Though sky may empty of refrains, her light endures after stars fade.
She didn't quote a single verse, didn't preach when life got worse. No Bible marked with colored lines, just hands that worked and eyes that shine. She showed her faith with bread she baked and every silent prayer she'd made. She ironed shirts and packed my lunch, sang hymns low while we ate brunch. Wasn't loud, but heaven heard each kindness in her daily word. No stage, no crowd, no Sunday show, but grace was in each seed she'd sow. Her faith was in the doing, in the sweeping and the stewing, in the way she held the door, and how she knelt on kitchen floor. She walked with God, not by display, but step by step, in quiet ways. Some folks praise with the choir's grand,
She just held a neighbor's hand, and when she passed, the church bell rang. The pews were full, the heavens sang. Her faith was in the doing, in her giving, in her brewing, in every hug, in every grace, in love she left around this place. She didn't need the world to see. God knew her heart, and that's enough for me. A single look from her hazel eyes told me truths no words could disguise. Her smile lit up the darkest night and turned my wrongs into something right. No need for riches, no need for chance. She gave me the world in a glance. We sat on porches at twilight's fall, sip sweet tea neath the garden wall. One glance from her was all I need to know our hearts would always lead. Though time may shift and seasons dance, I still hold her world in a glance. She gave me the world in a glance, a promise made in an instant chance. When days grow cold and nights grow long, I close my eyes and feel her strong. No treasure could replace that romance. She gave me the world in a glance. Some chase fame, some chase gold, but her eyes were stories untold. In her gaze, I found my home, a place where love could freely roam. She gave me the world in a glance, a love so true, a timeless dance. When life moves on and dreams advance, I still live in that world in a glance. No matter how far fate may prance, her gift remains in one glance.
There's a place I go when the world gets loud, where the trees lean in and the sky's unclouded, where the water slows and time stands still at the bend of the river, past that hill. Where the river bends, I find my peace. Memories flow and troubles cease. First kiss, first tear, first breath of air, all lead me come back home where the river bends. Daddy took me there when I was small, taught me to fish, to stand, not fall. Mama's voice would echo low as we skipped stones in the evening glow. Where the river bends, I find my peace. Memories flow and trouble cease. First kiss, first tear, first breath of air, all lead me back to there. I leave behind what might have been and come back home where the river bends. Now I bring my children to let them feel what I once knew. Where the river bends, life feels right. Underneath the fading light, first dreams, last prayers, hearts to mend, all return where the river bends. It's where I started and where I'll end, right there where the river bends.